Well, here we are. Welcome once again. My name's Hal. It's the Sheff United Way. Let's talk about Jamie Shackleton. And this is going to be an interesting one. Who is Jamie Shackleton? Let's find out together. Jamie Stuart Smithers Shackleton, one of those middle names is made up, is a 24-year-old. I'm going to call him what he is, a utility player. Jamie can play in a variety of positions like right back, right midfield, defensive midfield, central midfield, and even left back. In fact, if we get straight into the numbers, a breakdown in his career looks like this. He's played 42 games in central midfield. If we go with a similar position, defensive midfield 15 times, right back 38 times, right midfield 10 times, and he's played twice as a left back. This guy is versatile. So for all intensive purposes, I would say he's a central midfielder or a right back, and it remains to be seen what Chris Wilder would want to do with Jamie. Would this again be another one where we've spoken about before, a potential change of formation, or is this going to be a central midfield player? Maybe a replacement for someone like 𝗤𝗍𝗂𝗏 if he was to leave, or Oliver Norwood, who has, as his contract has ended, gone. A ball-winning midfielder is how a Millwall fan I spoke to described him. I don't think we can compare him like for like with any player that is currently with Sheffield United, except for maybe one. And I'll get to that a little bit later on. Although if you want to try and guess, pop in the comments now who you think that will be. Maybe this next line will give you a clue. So Jamie is 5'6", which even by my great height for a man standards falls just slightly on the, dare I say it, just slightly on the good height for a man scale. So sorry, Jamie, that is my lowest score yet. He's from West Yorkshire, a Leeds United boy who played for his boyhood team, joining them at the tender age of just 7 and signed his first forms with the club aged 9. He made his under-23 debut at the start of the 2016-17 season. In October 2016, here's a familiar name, former academy director Neil Redfern praised him as one of the most promising talents at Leeds United. He said at the time, "I think he's a good footballer. He's got great feet. He's not the biggest, but he's very tenacious. He reads the game well." And in 2017, Shackleton signed a 2-year professional contract with Leeds United. And of course, I've heard some people describe and say his surname slightly different, but I'm sticking with Shackleton. And remember the L and the E. That's going to be crucial. That's going to catch a lot of people out, I'm sure. And again, it's not like Blades fans to spell names incorrectly. On May the 8th, 2018, he was named in Leeds' first team squad by another familiar name, 𝗤ጵ Heckingbottom, for their friendly tour of Myanmar. That was a post-season friendly tour. I always think they're a bit odd. He made his pre-season debut against York City, City, in July 2018, a 1-1 draw under head coach Marcelo Bielsa. It was during this pre-season he played right back as opposed to his previously preferred central midfield, which he'd predominantly played during his youth career. Bielsa, he saw something else. He made his professional league first team debut. This is Jamie, not Marcelo, aged 18 on the 11th of August 2018 against Derby County in a 4-1 win. That was coming on as a substitute. He would also get recognised by England at under-20 level and made his debut for England under-20s against Portugal. It was a 3-2 defeat on the 4th of June 2019. So he's got that pedigree and he's renowned for his fitness, determination and pace. Joe Urquhart of the Yorkshire Evening Post wrote that his feet scarcely seem to touch the turf when he skims across it. Jamie has an eye on the future too. In fact, we go all the way back to October 2018, and Shackleton revealed he was going to undertake his UEFA B licence in coaching. So he's already thinking about that, similar to the player that I'm going to compare him with a bit later. You'll have got it by now, I'm sure. Pop it in the comments. I want to see lots of comments say the same name. For Leeds, he would play 94 times, bagging twice. He went on loan to Millwall in the 2022-23 season, playing 37 times. Shackleton played in midfield for Millwall and is ranked during that time there around the 50th percentile for progressive passes and carries and defensive actions. Now, he's very poor in the air, probably not a surprise. As I mentioned, he's only a good height for a man, and he only wins 0.34 headers per game. So more often than not, he's losing out. He is good on the ball, though, with a pass completion of 80%, which is really very, very good. This most recent season in the Championship, though, he played just 676 minutes. Seems like Daniel Farke likes him, but Gray has become first choice at right back in his breakthrough season for Leeds. Compared to fullbacks, he ranks in the 50th for shot creating actions. He's very poor in his kind of defensive contributions, barring tackles, but is extremely strong in progressive passes and carries, ranking above the 95th percentile in carries and 55th in passes. His pass completion has also improved to 87%. He has flexibility, but seems to me he struggled to really break through and demonstrate his overall ability. I believe there's more to this player. On social media, fans who've watched him shared their thoughts. We Are Leeds said on Twitter, good engine and will work hard, but very limited quality on the ball, low-end championship at best. Has had stints in a few positions, mainly as a makeshift right back for us, but never able to nail down a place. Nad, a Leeds fan, said, great kid, no idea what his best position is, average at them all. Was disappointed we'd offered him new terms, but if he's off, good luck to him. James Moore said, needs a new club and a new start. Love the lad, but needs regular game time. Will he get that at Sheffield United? Finn has said, average at best. He's meant to be a central midfielder, but he's not physical enough and doesn't have enough on-the-ball ability to play there for a decent side. More of a makeshift fullback. I'd pass on him if I were you lot. He's got bags of energy and will do the dirty work, but he's just so basic. Leeds United fan, my friend, Joe, host of Just Joe Football Show, shared this. Roll VT.
Hey up, Nick, Hal, nice to see you. Let me be the first to welcome you back to the Championship. We're here. Come on, with open arms, I welcome you back. I wish I wasn't here, I can't lie. But hey-ho, you know, we can win the league this year. It is what it is. Hope you're both doing well anyway. I know you've, you haven't asked me to chat to you to welcome you back. No doubt we'll speak throughout the season. You've asked me to talk to you about Jamie Shackleton. Jamie Shackleton, steady Eddie, Swiss Army knife, can play in a number of positions, centre midfield. At the right wing at times last season for Leeds United, left back, right back, everywhere. And the thing is, Jamie will play everywhere. I almost feel that Jamie needs to maybe be a little bit more stubborn in saying, no, this is my position, because he's never really had one. As I say, originally came through as a midfielder under 𝗣𝗍𝗄 and ended up playing right back, and then has played in a host of positions. Had a time on loan at Millwall, which didn't really go well. Didn't play as much as he would have liked. He went when Creswell went, the season you were in the Championship, actually. So you'll probably remember Charlie there. He did quite well at Millwall at centre-back, but not so much so for Jamie. Came back, played about 11 times, I think, last season. As I said, used as a last resort, really. Almost like third choice at times. Surprised that a club outside of that's just dropped out of the Premier League has come. I don't know if that's due to financial issues or whatever, and it's a free and it's a guy that can plug a gap. But I almost feel like Jamie Shackleton needs a manager to believe in him and give him a position and say, you're going to play there. You know, he's very good on the ball. He'll give you a 7 out of 10. He'll run all day for you. He's missed a bleep test. He'll probably ace that during pre-season. He's the kind of player that, as a fan, you can easily get behind because he's going to give you 100% of the time. He's a good player, good, honest pro, good, honest professional, and I think he'll fit in. He'll fit in, especially under Wilder. I just hope now, you know, there's no bad blood or anything like that. I hope now he's given a position and gets a host of minutes on, because he's still at an age where, you know, who knows what the future holds, right? Do you know what I mean? So he was well thought of initially. Of course, it's dropped down a bit, and there's some Leeds fans that'll probably be like, right, okay, yeah, not happy to see him leave because he's one of our own, do you know what I mean? But sort of understand it. But yeah, you've got a good, honest professional there and a good player. So look after him and all that jazz. And I think that's enough, really. Good technically on the ball, can pass the ball, will run all day for you. He's just a good, honest professional. He's like Stuart Dallas, but less, if you know what I mean. Like Dallas could play everywhere. Jamie Shackleton can do the same, but not quite at that level. But yeah, 𝗣𝗍𝗄 believed in him, and if 𝗣𝗍𝗄 believes in him, then trust me, you've got a good player. Do you know what I mean? Because 𝗣𝗍𝗄 knows a player when he sees him. Oh, God, I miss that man. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks, lads. Boom.
Thank you very much, Joe. Like, subscribe to his channel if you want to. Our own Blades fan, Riley Roberts, said, been watching some Shackleton, looks okay, plays very, very simply. Just one long pass in 2 games I watched. Covers ground fairly quickly too. Fundamentally solid, but not much else. And here is the player I'm going to compare him to. Are you ready? Ben Osborne 2.0. Wilder is going to love him. Actually, I spoke to my good friend Alec, who's been on this channel before, and he said exactly that Ben Osborne is the player he would most likely associate Jamie with. 𝗲𝗍𝗄𝗃 said in terms of his actual position, he is one of those footballers who tries to become whatever his manager asks him to be. Now, that is not bad. Look, this is a guy that I think is going to be very serviceable at championship level, because we've mentioned his versatility, the amount of different positions that he can play, how useful that is going to be to the Red and White Wizards. You always need a player like that. I think Chris Wilder will love him, and I personally think that we will probably see him in pre-season play in a variety of positions, and we'll get an idea of exactly what he can do. What do you think of this signing? As always, let me know in the comments. Is this one you're excited about? Is it just a case now of just getting bodies through the door? And as ever, thank you very much for watching or listening. And if you haven't yet, please do check out our award-winning podcast. Just search Sheff United Way wherever you get your podcasts.